Welcome back to another edition of TCM Graduate TV. I'm Kenton Sepsic, registered acupuncturist. This is episode 131, and today is the big, bad, heavy hitter review on the entire Gallbladder channel. This is where I list all the heavy hitters that we talked about in the individual videos. I'm also going to throw out some acupuncture point combinations to help you in the clinic. Let's get started with Gallbladder 1. Now, of course, GB1 is a very good alternative to stomach 1. Any eye concern we can treat around the eye, such as with GB1, perhaps UB2, extra head neck for Yu-Yao. We could use stomach 2, very good for eye concern. Gallbladder 2, not really using it a whole lot in the clinic. If you recall, in Canada, we have general sales tax. Perhaps you have general sales tax where you live. 2 plus 19 equals 21. That's how we get from Gallbladder 2 to small intestine 19 to triple warmer 21. However, SI19, better acupuncture point in my opinion because it's a heck of a lot easier to needle because it's in the middle. So GB2, honorable mention, not really using it, going to use SI19 instead. Now, Gallbladder 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, not really using them in the clinic. Definitely need to know where all these acupuncture points are because if we have a patient that has discomfort close to one of those acupuncture points, it's a good idea to needle them. However, next on my heavy hitter list is GB8. GB8 is well known for its ability to help one-sided headache. Now, of course, if we want to augment our treatment for one-sided headache, we could add a large intestine for key or command point for head and face. We could also add GB20, which we're definitely going to get to. So GB20 is great for any headache concerns. And as well, because this is on the side of the head, I like to use triple warmer 3 from a interior-exterior mirroring, this being the head. This is from Dr. Tan's Puppet Show. He's the one that made this famous. So triple warmer 3, very good for opposite side headache. So GB9, 10, 11, not really using them in the clinic on a regular basis. The next one being GB12. So GB12, I like to pair with stomach 12. And this can be for any neck pain, whiplash. Sometimes patients come in and their whiplash is fresh and maybe we don't want to treat the back of their neck, so we can treat the front to treat the back. And oftentimes GB12 is getting coupled with GB21, which we're definitely going to get to as well, because when the trapezius muscle gets super tight, it starts to pull on adjacent structures like the SCM. So if there's any tension in this area, oftentimes I'm using, again, GB12 with a stomach 12. Now, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, not really using those acupuncture points in the clinic on a regular basis. However, GB20, heavy hitter. Now, GB20 is one of the 4 wind acupuncture points. While GB20 can be used for internal and external wind, typically it's used more so for external wind. And this is because we're going to couple this with perhaps a large intestine 4 and a lung 7 for a wind cold, and a large intestine 4 and a triple warmer 5 for wind heat. Now, GB20 is also well known for any EENT concerns. So if you're treating any eye, ear, nose, throat concerns, definitely throw GB20 in to augment your treatment. And last, we mentioned it when we were talking about GB8, headache. The other 4 wind acupuncture points, might as well bring them up, are DO16, UB12, and, of course, we're going to get to it, GB31. Now, UB12 is often used because it's so close to the lung for external wind. Do16 more so for internal wind. And when we get to GB31, we're going to use that for internal wind as well. Let's erase this and keep on going. So of course we've got GB21. And this is very good for trapezius pain. When patients feel like they're holding the world up on their shoulders, GB21 is there to help. GB22, GB23, not really using it in the clinic. GB24. This is front move of gallbladder, so it's very good for local gallbladder pain. GB25 is a heavy hitter because it's the front move of kidney. GB26 by itself is very good because it treats dysmenorrhea. And of course, 26, 27, 28 make up the DIMI. GB27 and 28 very good to treat the iliopsoas. If you recall when I did that video, I mentioned how lower back pain can be local to the low back. Lower back pain can also be because the mid back is tight. Oftentimes UB18, that area, the liver getting stressed out and getting tight and pulling on adjacent structures such as the low back. And sometimes a tight iliopsoas can cause lower back pain. You should always have these acupuncture points in your back pocket for that kind of back pain. I like GB27 and 28 because it releases the iliopsoas. Then we've got, of course, GB29. Now, GB29 is adjacent to the hip, so it's really good as an adjacent acupuncture point for hip pain. Let's erase this and continue with, of course, a GB30. All right, GB30. Excellent acupuncture point because it helps with sciatica. This is where the nerve bifurcates, fancy word for splits, and this is where we would start perhaps a lock and chain treatment. That's just a term used to describe that if a pain starts here and it travels down a channel and ends here, we're going to start our treatment here, we're going to end it here, and we're going to treat all those heavy hitters in between. GB30, really good acupuncture point. Of course, now we have GB31. As I mentioned before, this is one of the 4 wind acupuncture points, so it helps with internal wind. Of course, it's also good locally for IT band. Now, 32, not really using it. 33 you should have in your back pocket. It's an honorable mention for me because oftentimes the IT band stuff can stretch down to the knee. And so GB33 is a good helper in that regard. However, next heavy hitter for sure is GB34. So it's a hussy point. It's also influential of tendon. It helps move liver chi. And it helps drain damp heat out of the liver and gallbladder. D-H, damp heat in liver and gallbladder. Often combining this one with a triple warmer 6 for hypochondriac pain. So that's pain that's below the ribs due to liver chi stagnation. Really, really great acupuncture point. Influential of the tendon, if you've got a patient and you're treating any muscle or tendon B syndrome, so obstruction syndrome, add this one in to help augment your treatment. Let's erase this and keep on going. GB35, not really a heavy hitter in my clinic, neither is 36, but GB37 sure is. So GB37, Guangming eye brightness, traditionally used for night blindness. Now it's often used for any eye concern. It is a connecting acupuncture point, so oftentimes it's paired with liver 3, which is a very good acupuncture point to treat the eye region as well. And when we combine a source and connecting, that is considered host, that's that one, the source, and guest, and that's the connecting one. GB38, not so much. GB39, definitely, because it's influential of marrow. It's also very good for joint B. Now, because it's influential of marrow, it's good for bone steaming disorder. It's good for any memory problems, any kind of premature aging due to essence deficiency, poor bone development, anything to do with essence. When you start thinking essence and marrow, those sorts of things in our line of work. Next is GB40. So this is a source acupuncture point. So because it's source, it's very nourishing. And GB40 is often used for timidity or lack of courage. I love pairing GB40 with Heart 7 for patients that are tossing and turning instead of sleeping. They're not waking up alert, they're doing the toss and turn thing. So they're trying to make decisions while they sleep, gallbladder being the decision organ. So GB40 is very good for that because it's going to nourish. The other thing, of course, it's very good locally for an ankle sprain. When I'm treating an ankle sprain, I love to pair GB40 with a UB62. Let's erase this and finish out with a big bad heavy review of the big bad gallbladder channel. So now we've got GB41. GB41 all alone subdues liver yang. And of course, it's confluent with the daimai. In order for us to use GB41 to open up the daimai, we have to pair it with triple warmer 5, which is confluent with yang wei. So they work as a pair. Remembering that confluent acupuncture points are like zones. If you're working in an area and you want to augment your treatment, you can use confluent acupuncture points in that way. 42, not really using it all that much. And of course, we have our last one, GB43. Being GB43, it is the spring point. And we can use this to augment our treatment when we're trying to drain liver fire. So it can help its interior-exterior related pair. You're likely doing a liver 2, you're draining some liver fire, it's not working, you need a little bit of help, so go ahead and ask its pair to help out with the draining. So there you have it. All my heavy hitters that I use on a regular basis in the clinic that belong to the gallbladder channel. Some of my favorite pairings as well. Of course, we did lung, large intestine, stomach, spleen, heart, small intestine, UB, kidney, PC, triple warmer, gallbladder. That means we're going to end with liver, the last regular channel, before the diurnal flow of chi starts all over again. After I do liver, you know that I'm going to do Ren, do, and we're going to talk about some extra acupuncture points as well. Just want to remind you that safety is king, bedside manner is king, and results are king in that order. Thank you so much for watching this video.